fact, probably half the guys you guys don't know my name. I'll tell you. I'll just reverse this camera around. So I normally go by the good-looking fella, but when it's not the good-looking fella, you can just call me Andrew. But I probably prefer the good-looking fella, just so, because everybody knows me as the good-looking fella. Greetings and salutations from Leon. Long-haired layabout, isn't he? He's helping me sand back the guide coat. And I thought, oh, I better film this. And so that's what we did yesterday. And today we do these. And this is probably a better angle to film from in hindsight. So what have we got to say for yourself, Leon? What do you got to say for yourself?
Working with you is fun.
Tell us something we don't know. Oh, thanks. That's very kind of you to say.
I guess that was something you didn't know.
No, I could have probably guessed it.
Right.
Quick preview. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. It's got a few bits of crack in it on there. I'm going to have to live with them. That's just the inside of the plenum cover. I did it like that because I could. Bloody waste of money and paint and everything, but it'll last forever. And these are just little parts. And that's a fuel tank cover, fuel tank spout cover, whatever. And it's pretty good too. So it's done. I've got to get out of here. I'll pick up the boy in a minute from school or the bus stop. And I'm pretty pleased with that. So she's shiny. Okay, today's update. I'll try and get them painted today. And it's still morning. There's some of the things I painted yesterday. And here's the tailgate. And I've run out of space. Like I'm literally using one trestle. You've got a door and a tailgate on it. It's probably not the smartest thing to do in the world, but anyway. So there. Anyway, this is okay, and I'll just leave that to harden up that paintwork. It's good enough for the bush, and so yeah, that's about it. I'm going to go on with that, and I think I'm going to paint all the outside of the panels now and get them all put away, so I don't have to worry about them until I've finished painting the car itself. So that'll be the last thing to paint. Okay, still a bit. Hang on. I just think I should show you. Anyway, so as far as I can see at the moment, there's no rubbish in my paint, which is amazing because it's actually a windy day. But it hasn't gone off yet, so whatever settles. Actually, I'm getting better at it, guys, because it's every time I do this, and that's a really good thing because every time I do this I get a bit better at it. And so anyway, the more I crowd around it, the more chance I've got something to stick into. But that's a nice finish, and I'm not unhappy with that. I'm pretty chuffed. It's just a glossy finish, which is probably too good, but I'm going to go with it. And, I'm loving this. This is really good, and you get a bit done every day, 100%. Morning all. So today's job will be sand the tailgate, the outside of the tailgate, ready for top coat. And if I get time, because I decided I'm not going to sand and paint in the same day, I'll turn these doors over and I'll paint the doors, and then once they're done we'll turn the guards over and we'll paint the guards. And once I've done that, which is like forever off, I don't know how Josh is going to make it, whether it's going to be a whole video or not. Then I'll do the bonnet, and after that, well, the ute's the limit. Anyway, I'm out of here. Oh, I have to tell you, I heard a story the other day. There was this nun, and she was about to take a bath, and someone knocked on the door, and she yelled out, "Who is it?" And he said, "It's the blind man." And she says, "Oh, well, I suppose I'll go to the door." So she goes to the door, opens the door, and he says, "Oh, nice tits. Here's your blinds." And she wasn't impressed. Good morning all. Today I'm going to paint, hopefully, the tailgate. It's upside down at the moment, so it's not painted upside. That door. And this, I've got them covered up because the bloody swallows come in and they're not toilet trained. So I have to cover them up. They fly in, swoop, take a dump, and then fly out again. So I have to spray with the door shut, stop them from coming in. I do it anyway, it stops the dust from blowing in from outside. I'm also masking it because I don't want to overspray on the work I've done, because it tends to still stick and be everywhere. So that's just all. I'm not showing you the masking up, and I didn't show you the sanding back because it took me a day, and it's like, well, I'm standing in one spot all day long, really. Made a mess of my floor. I have to gurney it to get rid of this. And I always wet the floor before I spray. And I've decided I'm going to wet the floor twice now. And it starts to dry out in the second coat. So anything to improve the finish. So I'll get back to it. This is straight after the base, and it's coming up all right. No rubbish in it. This time I'll give it one more coat of base. Just I found 3 coats is my favourite amount, and it's pretty good. I had a spot here where somehow I must have got touched with an oily finger, but I let it flash off and I cleaned it with wax and grease remover, and it fixed the problem. But it was a scary proposition for a second there. But thank God I got away with it. And, it's coming up pretty good. And It'll flash off. This is still wet. This flash off and goes very, very matte when it flashes off. And it looks much better in real life. Okay, so that gets a good half an hour, and hopefully it'll come up pretty good. And I'm going to get out of here. And it's a bloody windy day, unfortunately, and it doesn't have a real ceiling, and it's I'm a bit worried that it's going to be blowing out crap. But anyway, it looks real good at the moment, really, really good. And this base coat shrinks down real tight and flat. It's really lovely stuff to work with. I love it. Anyway, I'll be back in half an hour. Okay, 35 minutes or so has gone by, and it's all flashed off. You can see how it sort of goes very flat. It amazes me actually how flat that ends up. Beautiful. So I'll hit this with a tack rag before I paint it, and or paint it meaning put a couple of coats of clear on it, good coats, maybe 3, 1 light coat, 2 normal coats, and that should be enough to do what we want. So I will put you on time lapse for this because I'll be dilly-dallying around. Well, it looks crazy pretty. Like unwrapping a Christmas present, isn't it? Looks so much better. That turned out really good. Really pretty. It's really pretty. This clear seems to go off really quickly. Well, of course, it has gotten hot this afternoon, and it's probably a bit like being baked because there's a lot of radiating heat come off the actual roof. It's quite amazing, not over there because it's insulation on that side. Wow. As you go up close, and it's just hard to believe. Anyway, I'm out of here. Morning all, on to the guards now. Given a quick guide coat and now they shall be sanded. Just thought I'd film this just for the heck of it. It's not exciting, but I had to do a bit of work. I wanted to do it yesterday, but I had to do a little bit of work on them. I found some little tiny faults here and there, and I don't know how I managed to miss them. One was where I welded it through here. I didn't actually do a good job of finishing it off, so I had to finish it off on the inside. Maybe I thought at the time it wasn't necessary, I don't know. But I certainly feel like it's necessary now. And what else did I do? It had a little something here. I had to play with it there and somewhere else too, and I can't remember. But I put a guide code on it now, so I can't find any of the places I worked on it. And so that's it. And just so you know, before you start sanding, give it a clean down with some wax and grease remover before you start sanding it. If there is a drop of oil or something on it, you'll spread it everywhere, and it'll be a real issue. So I always do that. I haven't shown it. So as the old saying goes, if you don't film it, it hasn't been done. But the truth is it has been done. I just thought I'd show you guys what I'm doing when I'm rubbing back. Now, I'm rubbing back with 800 grit 3M with a little block, and so where's my thing? So this is the look you see. You can see the guide coat there, and then you see it goes into this gloss. So what you don't want to be seeing, I'll step back a little bit, I thought it's any good. You don't want to be seeing, like in here, you don't want to be seeing scratches and stuff from when you worked on it last. You want to see this sort of even. What you're seeing there is just the orange peel of the undercoat, and that's what I'm getting rid of. Nothing else, just the orange peel. And it should come up like that. You'll see down here, just the orange peel. And it's pretty perfect. And I'll give it a bit of a rub, and you'll see gently. So rather than drown the whole workshop in water, I just give it a little bit of a wet sponge. See, it just comes off. And as it is, no work. I don't even know if I did any work under there or not, but I probably did. And, so it's kind of really cathartic, and just sanding. And what you do is you just simply either put an audio book on, or when you're doing this, or put your favourite music on, band, you know, Led Zeppelin or something in my case, and you know, smoke on the water, you know, something sort of worth listening to. And none of these guys with their balls in vices, you know the scenario. Anyway, so I'm going to listen to some music or something, and I'll keep sanding. So I'll have you on time lapse for this. I don't know why, just because I'm lonely, you know, so ronery. Anyway, I'll put you back on time lapse. Okay, that's one done, and crikey, that was a lot of work. I painted the high build too high buildy, so it was very orange peel. So it took me a long time to take it out, but I got it out flat eventually. Took a while. So that's it. Old guard's done. Now I've got to do this one. I'm not going to film that. You guys can just guess that I'm doing the same with that one as I did with this one. So this is the second guard. and it sounded a lot easier. I don't know why I put the paint on so rough with the other one, but that's how it was. This one come up a lot better, a lot quicker. So I'll probably, if I get a chance, I'll give that a coat of paint tomorrow. And it's actually, if you look, you can actually see it's so flat, it's actually a little bit shiny. Okay, so I just thought I'd show you this for entertainment value. This is mixed 50% reducer and or 1:1, 50% base coat, and I just wanted to show you because it's just entertainment value only, really. So you give it a good mix and straight in through your filter. And I'm glad I used the filter. There's a big strand of crap in that, so that was probably from the lid, around the lid of this one here. So in she goes. So I'm spraying 2 guards, so I'm going to probably need a reasonable amount of paint. Well, I can probably just squeeze lots of that in. There was a fellow that asked me a question in the latest video, am I going to put the underbody stuff inside the doors, or the sound deadening stuff? And I thought it was an amusing question because I did a video on the doors and the answers in the video, so I strongly suggest you go and have a look, and would be, I'll probably answer you anyway. So that's ready to go. So what I've got to do now is clean the guards, paint, wax and grease remove them, put my spray suit on, and I've probably already said it, but I'm going to say it again. If you have a fan blowing so the air's moving slightly horizontally, it'll stop dust from settling on it. It just works. Don't ask me how, it just works. I've noticed it. Notice the floor has been hosed out, cleaned. So there's no dust on the floor. I've cleaned this about 10 times this floor. And every time I clean it, things get a little better. Now, if I could, I'd take the car out and clean on the other side of that, but I just can't do that. What I've got to do now is paint these 2 guards and the bonnet, which is behind here, all wrapped up. I'll show this to you. See, the bonnet's all wrapped up. And I've got to paint these. Finish painting this. I painted one as an experiment. It's quite good. I'll paint the rest of them, and then all get put away, and then that's what we do next. Okay, so they've gone off. Sorry, it's still smelly in here. It's been about half an hour, a bit more. And well, they're looking pretty good. So what I'll do is, because it's been like over half an hour, to let them sort of flash off before I put the clear on, I'm going to get it with a tack rag and just make sure there's no dust. So if I was game, I'd hose the floor off again. And it's still pretty wet. Give it a bit more, but I'm not going because sometimes when you hit the floor it can kick dust up at the same time. So anyway. So the clear is mixed at 2:1. Yeah, 2:1. And how much should I mix, you reckon, for that? Probably don't need all that much. Okay, so I'm not even going to stop you. I'm just going to drag you over here. I have to hit it with a tack rag, remember. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, pretty. I love this part. I can't see anything on them, but I'll do it anyway. I think sometimes out of dust would be sure and sorry. Hi all. So the paint's sort of just touch dry now. Well, I suppose a bit better than touch dry. And it's mostly pretty good. I think with these guards, I'm going to have to give them a buff. So a rub back and a bit of a buff up. Just ended up a bit in some spots. I just couldn't get it sort of as heavy as I would want it without it sort of going to run. So, because you know what happens. So on the grand scheme of things, well, that's pretty nice. But this is, we do a horizontal. But when we go to like here, tops of the guards are going to need a bit of a buff. That one too. And somehow I've got it a bit dry there. You can't tell, but anyway, I'm being a bit of a fuss pot, I guess. On the grand scheme of things, they look pretty bloody sharp, and I would have been pretty happy to have something like that in the past. So it's looking all pretty neat, really, and yeah. So cool.